Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to cilinixfxcapital. Hope you're all doing great, and welcome to this new video right here on Solana. We're back again. Wanted to do a full video. I haven't looked at Solana too much this morning, so we'll do a bit of freestyling as well. Hopefully you don't mind. And I keep an eye on Solana almost every day, right? So I can do that. Don't worry too much about that. But that's what we're going to do. We're going to do a full update right here. Solana has performed relatively well since Saturday. Saturday, Solana already tried to break out right here, which was all to be expected. If you watch my videos, basically over the entire week, all of the price action that we've had so far was 100% predicted. All right, so I'm always very happy with that. I'm definitely not right always, and you should know that if you're a new viewer, I will be wrong. All right, occasionally, maybe in this video I will be wrong, but at least I always try to have a good reasoning for why I say what I say. And like I said, last week has been great, because after we had this beautiful volume candle right here last week Monday, what I said is that I thought it was most likely we would grab the imbalance right here to the downside. You can see that as well with the major fair value gap, and that afterwards we would be able to get continuation up to the value area high, which is what we're trying to do right now, right? I mean, on Saturday, like I said, when we're talking about Solana, we tried to auction higher. You can see that the open was still within the same area as the day before, but then the price tried to break out right here, and it did so successfully, and it started to auction higher. Also broke above the value area high of Thursday right here, with strength. Volume, could have been better, but it wasn't the worst, and Solana started to auction higher and higher. Now, the truth right now, and that is something that I think is very important right now as well, is that with that auction higher, we did leave some imbalances to the downside again. And this is something we spoke about earlier as well. Even though our main price target for Solana is this area right here at 158 and 160. And then from there, we'll talk about a potential breakout, right? I mean, a lot of you know, and if you're new to the channel, you should know that fundamentally I'm very optimistic about Solana with the ETF, but also with the network statistics, and just with some recent developments that have been made for Solana and around Solana. I'm fairly optimistic, right? So I have quite a positive, quite an optimistic, quite a bullish bias on Solana. By the way, DEX trading volumes right now the highest since the Trump meme coin launch. Which was higher, but still it's very high, so that's great fundamentally for Solana. So I have a positive bias, but what you should know is that it's the start of a new week. It's the end of June, beginning of July. Those are usually times when we can see some major shifts. And like I said, with that auction up higher on Saturday, like we did have some major volume come in Saturday afternoon, but a lot of the moves were with low volume. Right, so we made moves with low volume, and now we have these single prints here to the downside. We have a naked POC. We have a single print all the way right here at 145. We have fair value gaps all over the place. So we left so many imbalances to the downside. And right now we're at a major resistance level as well, right here on the 12-hour time frame, that I do think it's a little bit more likely for Solana right here, even though we got some positive fundamental news overnight, that we will fill some of those imbalances, drop down into 146, 144, find support there before getting that continuation up higher into 158, 160, 162, right, which is the top of the range. And then, like I said, once we get there, I think there's plenty of reasons to at least think about, or at least theorize, that we can break above that level as well, but that's premature, right? So that's something we'll talk about when we actually get there. For now, I would be cautious about that breakout first, right? Especially given the timing, and I'm also not necessarily pessimistic about Bitcoin, but Bitcoin's price action could be better this morning, which has an effect on Solana as well, since it's so correlated. But those are my thoughts. I think that's what you need to know. So if you do have any questions, anything, let me know down in the comments. But for now, thank you for watching. Take care and bye.